like last week, trying to get everyone's bodies back. It was a very physical game for the full 60 minutes. So just trying to get everyone back healthy and ready to go for this week. And, obviously the team's in really good spirits coming off our first win, and just looking to build off of it.
All right, guys, questions?
Yeah, Quinten, it's definitely congratulations again on that big win. And with the win there, it seemed like you and Shane Matthews have great chemistry. Can you talk about that dynamic between you and Shane Matthews being a great play caller?
Yeah, obviously Shane played the position for a long time, so he's been around it for a long time and has seen a lot of different stuff. So I think we see the game very similar. So that makes it easy for him to call plays because I think he understands that I know why he's calling that play. Whether it be to get a quick completion, we need to get 5 yards here to get us in a manageable third down, or we're calling a play to take a shot. And then obviously, he can talk to us through the headset. So if there's something that he wants to remind me of, or say, hey, check this receiver, he can do that too. So that obviously helps in certain situations because the coaches are talking through the headset, so it may be 4 down territory, or hey, let's take a shot and we'll see what happens if we want to go for it, or if we're just going to punt it or kick a field goal or whatnot. So I think we see the game very similar, and that makes it easy when I'm out there.
So to follow up on that dynamic of him playing that position really helps him out and you to understand him a lot better.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just, I think, and that's why, I guess to branch off on that just a little bit, like Cody, for example, played in the league for, I think it was 6 years. So he's been around, he was around Peyton, he was around Eli, really, really, top level quarterbacks. So he understands that too. So that's why I think, people see us connecting, and that's why it's good, because he understands what I'm trying to do on plays and what the purpose of the play is.
Quinten, you talk about making connections there. There were a couple connections for scores you make to guys that weren't on the roster last week, of course, specific to KD and Jordan Thomas. You were kind of away from the roster a bit and then came back in. Does your experience doing that help you kind of relate to the guys? Hey, this is what you need to learn about this offense. Has that kind of helped you kind of help them get in play there?
Yeah, I think so. And also just kind of limiting their role per se to get them kind of in it. KD is a guy that's really fast. So, when he was in, we put him in positions to be able to use his speed. And then, with JT in, down in the red zone, being able to have someone over there that either I can throw it up to, or they're going to have to double him, and that's going to open up somebody else. So just kind of, I hate to say it, but limiting their role, in the first week in the offense, so that, obviously that'll continue to grow as we go here. But yeah, just limiting their role, using what they're good at to help the offense. And obviously you saw that with each of them scoring a touchdown, and KD running by a guy and JT jumping over a dude. So that's what you want. So it's good. I'm glad that they're here, and I'm glad that they're part of this team because they can definitely help us.
Yeah, and you talk about handing them the playbook kind of in bite sizes so they can absorb what they can to make the immediate impact quickest. How do you feel, or like how cool is it to see, or how do you feel about the fact being a formerly on the Defenders roster, KD still, they know he's coming with speed and he still gets the score. How cool is that to watch?
Yeah, I mean, when you get guys like him, he's like at the wicked fast level. So it doesn't really matter who's covering them. I mean, on that particular play, they were in too high and the safety was supposed to be over the top and he just can't get there. Like, I mean, that safety has to be on his horse from the snap to get over the top to cover him. So if I tried to hold the safety, just for a second and then throw it up. So yeah, I mean, it's special. But that also, handing the playbook to them in increments allows them to go out and do what they can do and play fast and not have to think so much. And obviously, to kind of go back to one of the first questions, like with Shane being able to talk into our headset, that helps too. So that way he can, hey, here's a reminder, so that helps. That's kind of a cool thing in the XFL because, I mean, we only have 50-man rosters. So with people coming in and out with injuries and stuff, it makes it tough to get them caught up in time to be able to, go play fast and play at a high level. So, but no, it's been awesome to have them here, and, their role will continue to grow as we go.
Yeah. So on that note there, you had a huge day. I know you're a team guy, but talk about the fact that you're the first player in XFL history to score 6 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, someone came up to me in the locker room and mentioned it. I wasn't even like thinking about that. But it's cool. But I mean, I'm going to continue to give the credit to the guys in the locker room. I mean, without them, that's not possible. So, the whole line blocked their tails off all game, and we had receivers making plays all over the field. I mean, going back just for comparison, going back to last week, my completion percentage, I think, was just over 50, which is pretty low. I mean, you want to shoot for over 60 to 63 is good. And then anything above that is really good. So obviously my completion percentage this past week was really high. Only had 7 incompletions, and probably 3 of them were like just really bad throws that I don't ever want to see again. So, that goes back to the receivers just making plays. I mean, JT jumping over guys, Rambo making adjustments on plays that really he probably shouldn't be open, but he's finding windows and finding holes and making plays. So I mean, it goes back to them, and the running backs ran good, and the O-line obviously blocked their tails off. So all the credit to those guys, but it's a cool thing, and I hope that they understand how appreciative I am of them.
You mentioned the O-line. I got to do this real quick, just being a guy that played myself. 3 touchdowns with the quarterback sneak. How excited are the guys in front of you when they see that come up? Another one? Let's go. Like, I can picture.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I mean, we kind of, I think one of them, maybe 2 of them were kind of the, I guess, Philly way, the way Hurts and those guys do it with everyone kind of behind me there, and let's just create some push. And then they obviously know that that's coming, so they're just diving at legs and stuff. And so then we got all the tight ends out there and split them out. And so no, it's cool. I mean, it was something. There's some crazy pictures of them ripping my head off essentially, but I mean, a touchdown's a touchdown, and that's what matters. So I'll keep doing it if I have to.
Quinten, you mentioned with Shane, what he was able to kind of bring to your game. It's not so much X's. I mean, is it so much more technique, or is it more just maybe the mental side of things for you?
Definitely the mental side. I mean, at this point, not that I'm not open to coaching, obviously, but at this point in my career, like, I've played enough football and taken enough reps to know like what my footwork needs to be. Like I missed one of the 1-point conversions. We had kind of practiced to play more as a 2-pointer from the 5, and I took a drop and I just wasn't ready to throw. So I missed Cody wide open. Then I moved on to the next guy and they're collapsing because I'm late getting over there. So just stuff like that. Like I know whenever I guess mess up per se. I mean, he's definitely given me pointers and stuff on things for sure. But most of it, like, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you, coach. I'm completely messed that up or whatnot. But yeah, definitely the mental side is more of what I relate to him on, as far as him, obviously playing the position for a long time at a high level, and then me aspiring to be there, just trying to understand why he's calling plays and what we're thinking on plays and stuff like that. That's the key. And I think that's why we've been so effective on offense.
Time for a couple more here so we can get KD in.
You mentioned about the ability to have that voice in your helmet, having him being able to kind of give you some things. Is that something the XFL obviously does, but would you think that'd be something that would be useful for all levels, college and NFL level as well?
Yeah, I think it would be interesting. I think I'm not sure, why. I don't know why college hasn't implemented. I don't know if it's like a money thing or whatnot. And as far as the NFL, I know that obviously they can talk to you, but it's only up until I think it cuts off at like 15 seconds. So they can't talk to you all the way up to the play. So makes it a little more challenging as far as the quarterback position, because it's all on you at that point, which I think is something that I can handle. But I think it more so helps the wideouts, and I mean, because you can put it in whoever's helmet you want. Here, I think you only get so many, but you can put it in whoever. But I think it helps because in this league, with the turnover and stuff, only having 50 people on a roster, and then having injuries and stuff, and bringing in new guys, and them having to step right in, it's really tough. So it'd make the brand of football not as quality. So I think that's why it's really interesting in this league. But I think, I definitely think it would be something that would be cool to be implemented in all levels, if possible. But obviously there's reasons that it hasn't been implemented. It's probably a money thing, but.
One more if you got it.
Yeah, Quinten. You have the Arlington Renegades coming in for the final home game here in Orlando. What jumps off the screen when you look at them on film, or what is it you see in your preparation that fans should look for?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be big plays to be made. Obviously, we played them once before, and it didn't turn out the way that we hoped. We're obviously a different team than we were then, so I think there's going to be a lot of big plays happening, and we're excited. Obviously, we got our first win. We're in the win column, so got some momentum. Got people's spirits up, because not that we haven't been battling, because we've been in close games the last 3 weeks, but to finally be able to pull it out and finish is huge. So yeah, I hope we can get some fans there and create a good atmosphere, like we have the last couple of weeks, and get another win and see what happens from there. Obviously still in the playoff hunt, so 1 week at a time, one play at a time, one day at a time. So let's go get another win.
All right, Quinten, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, Andy. See you guys.
Best wishes, Quinten. Best wishes to you.